Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has just proposed a bold new regional alliance aimed at confronting both the Shiite and Sunni axes of extremist Islam. In a public statement, Netanyahu said Israel is facing a wounded but still dangerous Shiite axis led by Iran and a Sunni axis driven by the Muslim Brotherhood. He called for the creation of a wide alliance of countries that oppose both. He used the biblical Purim expression from Hodu to Cush, meaning from India to Ethiopia, to describe a strategic circle that would stretch across the Middle East and reach into the Mediterranean. The countries he appears to have in mind include India, Greece, the United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia, and potentially others that share Israel's concern about both Iranian-backed militias and Muslim Brotherhood-linked groups such as Hamas, Turkey, and Qatar. You may wonder, why is he proposing this now? Netanyahu sees two parallel threats that are weakening but not yet defeated. The Shiite axis, Iran, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Iraqi militias, has been badly damaged by Israeli and US strikes, but still retains significant missile and drone capabilities. At the same time, the Sunni Muslim Brotherhood axis continues to challenge Israel through Hamas in Gaza and political influence in Turkey and Qatar. Netanyahu believes that only a broad cross-regional coalition can contain both threats simultaneously. The timing is also strategic. With the US under President Trump applying maximum pressure on Iran, Netanyahu wants to lock in long-term partnerships that outlast any single American administration and create a permanent anti-extremist bloc. The proposal is still in its early stages. India and Greece have already developed close military and economic ties with Israel in recent years. The UAE is a key Abraham Accords partner and has quietly cooperated with Israel against Iranian influence. Ethiopia has shown interest in stronger relations with Israel. However, turning this vision into a formal alliance will require careful diplomacy, especially with Arab states that remain cautious about public alignment with Israel while the Palestinian issue is unresolved. So far, there has been no official joint statement from the potential partners, but quiet conversations are clearly underway. This will have some consequences. If successful, this from Hodu to Cush axis would represent one of the most significant geopolitical realignments in the Middle East in decades. It would create a loose but powerful bloc stretching from the Indian Ocean to the Mediterranean, isolating both Iran and the Muslim Brotherhood network. For Iran, it would mean facing coordinated pressure from multiple directions. For the Muslim Brotherhood axis, it would limit their ability to use Turkey and Qatar as bases of influence. For Israel, it would provide strategic depth, intelligence sharing, and new economic corridors. However, the risks are real. Many Arab publics remain hostile to open cooperation with Israel. Any perceived normalization without progress on the Palestinian issue could spark internal unrest in partner countries. China and Russia would likely view this as an attempt to contain their influence and could respond by deepening ties with Iran and Turkey. One additional point worth noting: Netanyahu's use of the phrase "from Hodu to Cush" is not accidental. It carries deep cultural and religious resonance for Jews, referencing the story of Purim, where a Jewish community survived an existential threat through courage and strategic alliances. By invoking it, Netanyahu is framing this new axis not just as a security arrangement, but as a modern-day survival strategy rooted in Jewish history. The idea is ambitious and faces many obstacles, but it reflects a clear Israeli strategic shift, moving beyond bilateral deals like the Abraham Accords toward a broader, multi-civilizational front against radical Islamism in all its forms.